Browns training camp day 3, and oh, it was a doozy. It was Deshaun Watson's second day so far with the first team offense. In 7-on-7s, Watson threw yet another interception. This one picked off by linebacker Quincy Williams. He threw it right into a window where Williams, Carson Schlesinger, and Denzel were all coming together, so somebody was going to make that play. On the other side of this competition, Shedeur Sanders had the throw of the day on a deep corner route to Denzel Boston. Daniel Ofusi called it the highlight of camp so far, and that connection with Boston continued in full team drills, and Shedeur even had a nice deep sideline connection with the other rookie Concepcion. My timeline was littered with Denzel Boston again today. Listen, the hype is real. He dominated in the spring, and he's doing it now again in camp. Boston is the real deal, folks. Cedric Tillman, on the other hand, is still working with the third team offense, while the other veterans, including Gage Larvidan, continue to work with the ones. Now, before practice, Todd Monken said the offense today would be working on third and long situations, which is very important and based on how often this team has faced third and longs over the last few years. And today also included scramble drill periods where the quarterbacks were told to hold onto the ball a little longer and escape the pocket to try to make a play down the field. On the defensive side, Denzel played some deep safety today, and I think we really might see him used all over the secondary due to his versatility. And everyone says that Jared Verse and Mason Graham are dominating the offensive line. On the injury front, defensive tackle Kalia Davis still not back. Harold Fannin Jr. absent for personal reasons. Same thing again with Joe Royer. Tevin Jenkins also did not practice today, so KT Leviston remained as the first team right guard. And during practice, cornerback Miles Harden walked off the field with a trainer. Quick update on yesterday, rookie Parker Brailsford rotated with the first team at center. Todd Monken said the procedural penalties yesterday were due to the offense adding 3 new cadences to practice. Today they added 2 more, which brings the total to 10. Todd Monken called it crappy football yesterday and said that you cannot be elite on offense if you're not elite on cadences. The Browns have one more practice tomorrow before a day off on Sunday, and then the pads finally come on for the first time on Monday.
Day 3 of Cleveland Brown training camp practices are here. Deshaun Watson getting more reps with the ones today after Shedeur Sanders got his turn yesterday. Now, to start off practice, this is what ends up happening. Deshaun Watson intercepted by Quincy Williams over the middle of the field. The third interception for Deshaun Watson in 3 practices has had a little bit of a struggle to start. And we're going to break down all the news, notes, highlights, observations, and so much more. Shedeur Sanders versus Deshaun Watson is starting to intensify. With that being said, smash the like button. Let's see if we can get over 800 likes on the video. And let's just dive in. Big shouts to the reporters. Without them, the videos are impossible to make. Let's dive in.
3 practices, 3 interceptions. And it's not Shedeur Sanders throwing them. It's Deshaun Watson, the former #1 overall pick, the guy who's supposed to be the unquestioned starter in Cleveland. And on Thursday, it happened again. Quincy Williams stepped in front of a pass over the middle, and just like that, pick number 3 in 3 days for Deshaun Watson. But here's where things get crazy. While Watson was handing the ball to the defense, Shedeur Sanders was quietly putting together one of the cleanest practices of training camp. And Browns fans in Berea saw the whole thing live. So today, we're breaking down exactly what happened. Every read, every throw, every moment that's fueling the most talked about quarterback battle in the NFL right now. Because this Shedeur Sanders versus Deshaun Watson story isn't cooling off. It's heating up.
Here looks like Shedeur Sanders in 7-on-7s again. Do not throw interceptions in 7-on-7s. Todd Monken has already gotten pissed about it. And here's a find. Malachi Corley over the middle. Looks like maybe a dig route. Now, as he lined up to the close side, it looks like probably over in this direction of the field. He gets inside release. About a yard or 2 of separation. Not much room for error. And throws a beautiful ball. Nice pickup. All right, hey, back-to-back plays there for Shedeur Sanders, where he's finding open targets. One more time. One more time here, I want to see him go through his progressions. Starts off looking to the left side, looks, scans, and then finds his last option over the middle wide open. Great job. I love to see him go through his progressions.
Let's start with the play everybody's talking about. Deshaun Watson drops back, looks over the middle, and Quincy Williams reads it like he's been studying the playbook himself. The ball never had a chance. Isaiah Bond wasn't open, Carson Schwessinger was sitting right in the lane, and Watson just let it go anyway. Easiest interception of Quincy Williams' entire career, according to people who were there watching it live. 3 practices into training camp, 3 interceptions from the presumptive starter. Now, is it early? Sure. Is it walk-through adjacent, low-stakes summer camp football? Also sure. But when you're the guy penciled in as QB1, every single one of those throws gets magnified because there's a second-year quarterback standing 20 yards away who isn't making those same mistakes. While all the media attention shifted toward Watson's first-team reps, Sanders was working with the twos. No fanfare, no first-team weapons. Just Shedeur, some backups, and a rebuilding defense. And he made it look easy. Outround to Tylan Wallace, right on time. Then a high-pointed shot to rookie Concepcion, dropped in perfectly where only his guy could go get it. Then on 7-on-7s, Sanders goes through his full progression. Left side, scans again, finds his check down over the middle, wide open. That's not luck, that's quarterback processing. Then he finds Malachi Corley on a tight window dig route, threading a ball with barely a yard of separation. Back-to-back-to-back completions. And the plays keep stacking. Now pay attention to this one, because this is the throw that had people rewinding the tape. One-on-one coverage, go route paired with an out route from the tight end. The safety bites down, the defender bites on the out, and Shedeur puts the ball exactly where only Denzel Boston can catch it. That's not a rookie mistake. That's not a system throw. That's a quarterback reading leverage and making the defense pay for it in real time. Somebody watching live said it plainly. I'm not seeing anything from Deshaun Watson so far, besides that pick. That's not hype. That's what the tape showed.
Looks like Denzel, vertical release, ball is out. Oh no, he gets vertical, breaks it to the outside. So again, you're going to see Denzel, he's going to attack the seams. We're not going to be able to see it, but he's going to break to the outside shoulder past the camera. What else is over here? We got a little bit of pre-snap motion. Looks like man-to-man coverage. You see how 27 is crossing the formation with the wide receiver. That tells Shedeur this is man-to-man coverage. So if we've got off coverage and we can sell inside release and break this out, Denzel Boston cooks his defender. Gets about 2 yards of separation, maybe more. Turns us up the field. Doesn't look like he was going to get tackled there. Great job. Great read by Shedeur Sanders right there, man. He is connecting.
Here's where the story shifts. Because it's not just Sanders making plays, it's who he's making them with. Denzel Boston and Concepcion, 2 rookies who were supposed to be developmental pieces, are turning into Shedeur's go-to guys in real time. Boston cooks his defender on an outbreaking route, picks up separation, and turns upfield like he's been doing it for years. Concepcion high points a ball over the top of the defense like it's nothing. And it's happening rep after rep, not just once. Meanwhile, on the other side of the field, Watson finds Jerry Jeudy for a tough grab, but only after stepping up from what should have been a sack, and the throw comes in a little behind his receiver. Good players bail out average plays. That's what Jeudy did. But good quarterbacks create advantages. That's what Shedeur is doing. Now, let's be real for a second. This is training camp, 3rd and long install period, not the regular season. Nobody's handing Shedeur Sanders the job off 3 good practices. But context matters here. Sanders started 8 games as a rookie last year, 7 starts, over 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Watson hasn't played a full healthy season in Cleveland since he arrived. 3 years, 9 wins, 10 losses in his starts. So when Watson throws his 3rd interception in 3 practices, while working with the starters, while getting the benefit of the doubt as the presumed QB1, that's not nothing. And when Sanders keeps stacking clean, sharp reps with the twos, that's not nothing either. Let's put it side by side. Deshaun Watson through 3 days, 3 interceptions, a near sack that turned into an off-target throw, flashes but also mistakes. Shedeur Sanders through the same stretch, clean decision-making, tight window completions, full progressions read out loud by people watching in real time, and a growing rapport with 2 rookie weapons who are going to matter all season long. This isn't about hate for Deshaun Watson. This is about what the tape is actually showing, practice after practice. And Browns fans in that building on Thursday saw it with their own eyes.
Now, there's still a lot to practice, a lot to happen at practice. You guys can go check out the reporters if you haven't already done so. Make sure you guys check them out. I will say tomorrow's video, I have a wedding, so I'm not going to be able to cover tomorrow's practice. However, we are going to make a part 2 to this video because there's so much more to come out. I'm going to have tomorrow's video just be an addition onto this one, okay? If that makes any sense. Prepare for that. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family.
Todd Monken has been clear. They're going back and forth, ones and twos, sharing reps. No decision made yet, but rotations like this rarely stay neutral for long. If Watson keeps turning the ball over with the starters and Sanders keeps making winning throws with the backups, at some point, the conversation shifts. Not because of hype, because of results. And Monday, the pads come on. That's when this quarterback battle stops being about scheme installs and 7-on-7s. That's when it gets real. Look, 3 practices don't decide a starting job, but 3 practices can absolutely start a conversation. And right now in Berea, Ohio, that conversation is impossible to ignore. Deshaun Watson is the veteran, the former #1 pick, the guy this roster was built around. But Shedeur Sanders keeps doing what he's done since the moment he stepped onto an NFL field. He keeps making people watch. Whether you believe in Shedeur Sanders or you're still waiting for him to prove it over a full season, one thing is getting harder to deny. Every time the spotlight shifts away from him, he finds a way to pull it right back. And with pads coming on Monday, this quarterback battle in Cleveland is only getting started. Make sure you're subscribed because we're covering every single practice, every single rep, all the way through the season. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.